Hello friends, welcome back from more Santa Lucia. I hope you're having a great day today, or a great night. It's the night where I'm at. Kind of holed up in the house while it's a thunderstorm, so this would be a perfect time to play some more Santa Lucia. So let us continue. I feel a small blunt force poke me in the side. Hey kid, wake up. I open my eyes from the surprisingly sleepless nap. Rise and shine, sleepyhead. We're here. What? Really? Oh. I stretch my arms out and moan softly. I swear I get a moment of shut-eye without... well... Yep, come on out. You're gonna be late for orientation. Though if you'd rather sleep in, I totally understand. I'm up! I leap out from the limo in a rush. Should I... They're already here. He waves a hand next to him, showing me that my bags have already been pulled out for me. Thanks. Can't help but blush. Ross has been nothing but kind to me since I met him. Don't mention it, kid. Take a good long breath. Santa Lucia air is very refreshing. I hesitantly do what he says. Wow, he's right. A combination of sea breeze and redwood trees tickle my nose a bit, but I can't deny how fresh it feels. I exhale and relax. Let's get out the street, huh? Right. I grab my bags and follow him to the nearby sidewalk. As soon as we're clear, he gives the driver a quick signal to leave. Daddy Dearest can never let me do things my way. He shakes his head and frowns. The limo was his idea. He insisted I fly first class, but I prefer coach. He winks at me. You never know who you're gonna meet back there. I'm lucky you were around, Russell. Would have been screwed without you. Oh, definitely. I'm such an angel, aren't I? He lets out an uncontrolled laugh at my expense. Hey! I knock him on the shoulder and smile. I didn't know all it took was leaving a butt print on a rich kid's tablet to get them to notice you. Oh, that wasn't it. You're just too cute and precious. All I ever wanted was to help a lost little kitty. Don't call me kitty. I pout and stare at him as we walk alongside each other deeper into the school. So, right this way is the old university center. Raymond Field, the heart of the school, as they call it. He emphasizes in a sarcastic tone. Yeah, I know. You do? I, kinda did a virtual tour of the school online. I pretty much know where everything is. I shrug my shoulders. Is that so? He stares down at me in surprise. Then I take it you know where I'm leading you, then? Excuse me, are you two here for freshman orientation? We're surprised when someone calls out to us from across the parking lot roundabout next to what looks like the University Welcoming Center. Yes, we are. I respond out of courtesy. You shouldn't have done that. I catch a glimpse of them as they run across the street towards us. 'Before Before I know it, a young dragon girl stands before me and smiles. Uh, Welcome to USL. Would you like me to lead you to orientation check-in? Sure, that'd be great. I look over at Russell and see he's not very pleased with this. Hey, Rutvi. Just a heads up, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I don't know if it's Rutvi, Rutvi. I'm gonna say Rutvi. If anybody wants to correct me, please do. It's been a while, hasn't it? The bubbly cheer almost instantly fades from the dragon's face. Oh, Russell? I can see you're really into the ambassador job, huh? I didn't recognize you with the long hair and the beanie. She stammers for a moment before her expression turns into a scowl. You have some nerve coming back after what you did. Duh, I knew you'd miss me. I missed you too. Yeesh. The glare she's giving Russell would cut any normal person like a dagger. I have just as much a right to an education as you do. He shrugs his shoulder and walks down the path again. Come on, kid. We're almost there. My glance shifts between the dragon and Russell. She stares off into the distance, clearly trying not to make eye contact after that confrontation. Coming. Don't worry about him, Ruffy. I've got it covered. You can go back to standing around doing nothing. You better hope Blake doesn't see you. If Loverboy wants a piece of my ass, he can come get it. Ah, tell him I said that, will you? I keep my eyes forward the whole time, but I'm vaguely aware that Russell's making a rude gesture with his hand. Once we're sufficiently out of earshot, he digs into his necklace pouch and pulls out another cigarette. So, what was that all about? What? You mean Ruffy? The two of us have done the big nasty before. Nothing else to it, really. I stare at him confused, but I can't help but smile back at the absurdity of it all. He shrugs and shakes his head. Look, it's a decently large school. Sometimes you make enemies. I just have a tendency to make more than most. Fair enough, I guess. I let the topic drop. To be honest, I haven't known him for more than a few hours. It's not really my place to ask. He stops out of the blue and points straight ahead. See that building over there? Yeah? That's where you're heading. Orientation check-in should be right through those doors. Okay. Thanks, Russell. I walk over a few paces before noticing he's not following me. What's wrong? You're such a bean, dude. Unfortunately, this is as far as I go. But I'm about to object, but I remember what just happened with that ambassador. You'll be fine. I'd rather avoid any more unnecessary conflict, so I'm just gonna head to my dorm room now. Here's how everything's gonna go down here. You're gonna sign in, they're gonna make you wait a bit, then they're gonna give you a grand tour of the school for the rest of the day. A devious smile crosses his face. It's a farce. You learn nothing today you wouldn't already learn during your first couple days of classes. If you want the real tour of the school, just give me a call later. What do you mean by real? Trust me, you're gonna want what I have to offer. He walks up to me while digging into his pocket. Here's a card with my number. Shoot me a text first so I know it's you. I get a lot of calls from people I don't want to talk to. But I'll definitely answer if it's you. Thanks. card from his hand and glance at it. Russell Lyons, amateur comedian. I look up at him and raise an eyebrow. You? A comedian? I'll have to see it to believe it. So snarky. Can't wait to include stuff about a scared kitten afraid to scuff a limo in my routine. Touche. Later, kid. He raises up a hand while it holds a cigarette. Remember what I said? I will. Thanks. Just like that, I'm alone. I watch silently as the strange lion disappears into an alley. No sense in dawdling. I really need to get checked in before orientation starts without me. I pick up my walking pace as I cross the grassy field towards the building Russell pointed out. Looking around to the left and right of me, it seems a lot of students are gathered in this area. I wonder if they're all here for orientation too. I eventually reach the entryway. I refuse to pronounce that. Sorry. For some reason, I recognize the name, but I can't put my finger on why. Walking inside, the first thing I notice is how magnificent the building is. I certainly didn't expect that with the relatively modern front doors. I step deeper into the building and notice a huge set of tables organized nearby. They each have signs hanging over them, with some having letter ranges, and one in particular that catches my eye. Is this the check-in table? I approach the one that says orientation starts here. Oh! Yes, it is. I unwittingly interrupt a conversation between the two girls manning the station. The goat starts flipping pages on a clipboard while the horse turns to talk to me more. Oh, we're just about to start. What's your name? Bennett Rivers. I cringe at the sound of my full name. I don't know why I feel so nervous right now. Then again, whenever things get too formal, I tend to lock up. Bad habit from high school. The goat flips rapidly, making it look almost like she's holding the end of a paperback book and letting the pages fly. Rivers, Rivers. Aha! Bennett Rivers, she said. Yes. Stop stammering. You're looking like an idiot. I mean, that's right. Great. She slides the clipboard over to me while the horse hands me a pencil. We just need you to sign your name in this section right here, okay? The goat points at a space next to where my name is already printed out. I look at the other names listed on the page. It looks like everyone else has already checked in. Go figure. I do as they ask without further questions. Thank you. Unfortunately, you're very late. I know. The horse laughs and picks up where the goat left off. Since orientation is going to start in 10 minutes or so, you're going to have to leave your luggage with us. What? A large panther guy gets up from a nearby seat and approaches the table. We got your room assignment already, so Sam here is going to take your bags to your room. You don't have to worry about carrying this stuff all day. I look up at the gruff panther and hold back a cringy smile. I don't know if I sympathize. To my surprise, he has a gentle and welcoming smile. I relax a little and listen to him speak. I had a late check-in myself when I was a freshman. I can assure you your bags will make it to your room safely. He holds a fist to his chest and bows. On my honor. Okay. I smile nervously and hand them over to him. I'd rather keep my backpack if you don't mind. Without another word, he nods and lifts my other bags effortlessly and starts heading for the front doors. I can't help but watch the panther's muscles flex as he fades from view. Wow. The goat girl cackles with a high-pitched giggle. That's Sam for you. If you're lucky, you might have him as a mentor. Huh? Another student mentioning mentor stuff. I really should have read the brochure more carefully. Now that we've got all this settled, we need you to head over to the QRS table to pick up your orientation packet. She points to the table on the far side of the lobby. Alright, thanks. The horse chimes in again, while waving goodbye. Welcome to USL. Gosh, this place is huge. My eyes are glued to the My eyes are glued to the ornate ceiling while walking over to the other table. When I arrive, I notice there's nobody behind it. Look around at the other tables, but it seems they're empty too. That's weird. It's at that moment I notice a strange noise coming from under the table. Hello? No response. I don't have time for this. Yeah! A flustered dog pops up from behind the table. Sorry. I dropped my pencil and was trying to find it. I noticed his distinct Australian accent. Guys, I'm gonna be honest. I am not doing accents like that. I'm bad at that. Sorry. I'll do my best, but it seems I already have a voice for him, so hope you don't mind. I'm not good at Australian accents without sounding like, insultingly stereotypical. It's alright, I was just a little concerned. What? Where could have it gone? I start scanning the table for anything out of place and... is this it? Wouldn't you know it? I find something hiding behind a thermos. I hold the pencil up in front of me. Yes, it is. Now, how did it get there? I smile at him and nod my head. God works in mysterious ways. Or in this case, pencils do. Thanks for finding it. Happy to help. The shepherd puts out a hand across the table. My name's Chris. I grab his hand and complete the handshake. I'm Ben. You're the guy I've been waiting on this whole time. Bennett Rivers, right? Yeah. I cringe when a full name is said out loud. Jeez, I really am the last one to check in, aren't I? He reaches into a box on the table and pulls out an envelope. Here's your orientation packet. Oh, I'm so excited for you. Orientation was one of my favorite things about being a freshman. You're gonna love it. I just know it. His eyes seem to gloss over as he's reminiscing. It's magical, like stepping into a whole new world. There's so many like-minded people here. You're always engaged with something new and exciting, and the scenery is beautiful. Sorry. I get lost in my head sometimes. Orientation will start any moment, so I won't hold you here any longer. Your next stop is Raymond Field, right outside. Not pronouncing that. You mean where all those students are gathered? Yep. Make sure you take that packet with you. You're gonna need it. Also, Don't open it yet! He shakes his head in a fake serious manner. We'll tell you when to open it. If you don't follow instructions on this, you'll spoil the whole thing for yourself. We wouldn't want that, would we? I retort in a slightly mocking tone. Exactly. Which seems to go right over this guy's head. Oh, I'm so jealous of you. I wish I could relive my first year. Yeah. I scratch behind my head. Alright, I should get this station cleaned up now. Good luck and have fun, Bennett. Thanks. I grab my packet from the table and head out for the lawn. As the doors close behind me, I'm suddenly struck by just how many students are gathered today. It's surreal. I guess I've always attended small schools in comparison. What do I do now? I'm lost in thought as I absent-mindedly wander into the crowd. Probably the only school I went to that had this many students was Bernard Academy. High school is rough, especially since I was a transfer student to an all-boys boarding school. Even then, though, that was the whole student body. This is just the freshman this year, right? Oh, excuse me. I almost ran to a red squirrel in front of me while she was taking a step backwards. I'm sorry. I didn't see you there. No way. The look on her face shows she's having the same reaction I am. Ben? Ben Rivers, is that really you? Karina? Waves of relief pour over me. I can't believe it. I lunge forward and give her the kind of hug you'd give someone you thought was dead. It's so good to see you again. She returns the hug. It's like all the years apart had never happened. Oh, you. Asshole! She separates herself from me and gives me a light slap on the cheek. What happened to, I'll call you when I'm settled in Chicago? A long wave of painful memories flow by. 3 years, Ben? What happened? Struggling to find words, I slowly approach her and embrace her once more. I'm sorry. I know I should have called, but I just couldn't. It hurt too much. It's my fault we grew apart. Ben, I didn't feel a stinging sensation in my eyes, but I try my best to keep it under control. When I say it's good to see you, I really do mean it. Remember when I said about getting too emotional on me, dude? She pats my back and pushes me away a bit. Keep a stiff upper lip, like my dad always told me. It's good to see you too, Ben. I know the move wasn't easy for you, especially after. Knowing what she was about to say, I unconsciously filtered it out. I'm still not over it. No, I don't think anybody would be. That doesn't mean you can't live in the present for once. Look around you. We're at USL. What's important now is the team is back in action, baby. Booyah! That's true. I see what she's trying to do. Reciprocate the symbol and smile. Booyah! Yep, that's the Karina I remember. She's been my best friend since elementary school. How could I let things wither away like they did? Ugh. Whether I intended to or not. Remember how we always said our fates were intertwined? Oh yeah. Well, it's certainly looking more like reality, isn't it? What are the odds of us both going to the same university? Huh. That's a pretty crazy coincidence. Now I think about it. And we just happened to bump into each other, right? It's destiny, Ben. We were always meant to be friends forever, don't you see? We're gonna rule this school. Her enthusiasm was always so infectious. I can't help but get excited along with her. That's right. I turn to the crowd and yell out, "Look out, Santa Lucia! Ben and Karina are together again." Put my fist and smile. We're gonna kick ass and take names. Shut up, weirdo! Voice called out from deep within. For the most part, it doesn't look like anyone paid attention. Still, all I can do is laugh and smile. Karina put a hand on my shoulder. Just like junior high. Yep, just like junior high. The joyous atmosphere is suddenly interrupted when a loud noise is heard coming from the far end of the field. Attention, students. In an instant, the sound of the crowd disappears and is replaced with an awkward silence. What's going on? Shh! Orientation's about to start. She beckons for me to follow her as she starts walking closer to the podium set up under another impressive building in the distance. I notice most of the students surrounding us are doing the same. If I may have everyone gather together, please. As we approach, I see a professional-looking older canary woman standing to address us. Behind her sits a group of 6 similarly dressed professionals. From what I know about university, I assume she's the school president, and the people behind her are the deans. Good morning, class of 2022. I would like to extend a warm welcome from the University of Santa Lucia. It is wonderful to see such amazing turnout for freshman orientation. She smiles down at us and proceeds with her speech. As you'll all eventually come to know, I'm the president of the university, Dr. Sandra Hernandez. You are all about to embark on an incredible journey of learning and discovery. Today's adventure is to acquaint you with your new home, introduce you to the resources available on campus, and ease you into your university experience. During check-in, you were each handed a large packet and were told not to open until instructed. Yeah. Well, go ahead and open them. I would like to discuss what you'll find inside. I look over at Karina. She's already ripping through into the envelope. Not one to be left behind, I quickly catch up and start ruffling through the contents. The big booklet with the university's seal on it is your orientation handbook. Inside, you'll find information on a wide variety of campus resources, where to find them, who to contact, and hours of operation. Nice. She looks at me and shakes her handbook. This will be quite handy, don't you think? I nod sheepishly. As I flip through the various booklets and flyers, I can't help but feel a bit overwhelmed. Next, if you flip to the back cover, you'll find a small pocket that's holding a card. This is your unique student identification card. You'll want to keep this on you, as it'll be used for almost everything you do on campus. I pull out the card hiding in the back of my handbook and glance at it. Oh. Suddenly, my whole face feels hot. So that's why they wanted that portrait emailed to them. How did yours turn out? Great, actually. I lie through gritted teeth while shoving the card into my pocket. I'll stick it in my wallet later. So before I continue, I had the same experience as Ben. So I don't mean to interrupt, but I just have to tell you a quick story. So that summer, like 2 weeks before my orientation, I had the same email. It's like, have a portrait or picture of yourself and email it to us. And I think it was like 2 days before orientation, and I forgot about it. And I'm like, oh crap, let me take a picture. So what I literally did was pull up my crappy laptop camera and like zoomed in like onto my face so that way it didn't show like the background or anything. And it mostly got my face with a little bit of neck and, and my shirt. And I sent it over thinking, oh, they'll probably like expand it out or something. It'll look okay. No, they doubled down on zooming it in. So like my portrait on my student ID card was literally just my super zoomed in face. And yeah, that was pretty funny. I've been there were several occasions where like they saw that and they're like, you can do a reshoot, and I'm just like, nah, this is too good. I need to keep this. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because I really relate to Ben here. We've also included several sheets of paper with general information you might find very useful. For now, I want everyone to pull out the green sheet. This is the orientation itinerary, which will give you a general overview of what we'll be doing today and at what times. What I need everyone to do right now is look at the bottom of the sheet and find the section titled Student Mentor. Alright. I do as the president says, though they could have highlighted this section better. Mine had a dark green splotch rolled over the words lazily, almost making them invisible. We're going to split up into your mentorship groups for the rest of orientation. The name listed there is the last name of your mentor, a student who has graciously offered their time to make your freshman experience the best it can be. Davenport, huh? Once you have found your mentor's name, I need everyone to split up and find their matching sign. The president points off towards the left and right of the field. We've set them up all along the sides in alphabetical order. Although M can be found on the west side, N through Z, A through... Guys, I am terrible at reading visual novels out loud, just saying. But I'm enjoying this. I don't know about you guys, but I'm totally enjoying this, regardless. A through M can be found on the west side, N through Z on the east. Welcome once again to USL, and have fun with the rest of orientation. With that, she takes a bow and exits the podium. Only a few clap for her. From the looks of it, everyone is more focused on figuring out where their mentorship group is. So, who'd you get? Davenport, apparently. No way. You're never gonna believe this, dude. I got Davenport too. What? That's insane. I know, right? What are the odds? First we happen to run into each other out here. Now we find out we're in the same mentorship group? I think I'm starting to believe her whole fate spiel now. I have a really good feeling about this place, don't you? It's like we're meant to be here. I suppose? I carefully shoved the papers and handbook I received back into the packet envelope and shrugged my shoulders. You know, it's just a funny coincidence, right? You're too straight-laced sometimes. I know it is. It's just fun to believe there's something more to it, you know? Yeah. It's good to see you're still the same old Karina. And you're still the same little Benny Boi. Always the one trying to keep my feet on the ground. If I didn't keep your head out in the clouds, you would have floated to Venus. Exactly. To my surprise, she pulls me into an embrace. Let's make up for all the time we lost, alright? I stop tensing up and allow myself to relax, patting her on the back with one of my free hands. Yeah, definitely. With Karina still wrapped around me, I've given the opportunity to look around us. Pretty much everyone has started searching for their mentorship groups by now. Karina should probably get going, don't you think? She hugs me tighter before letting me go. Yep, let's find Davenport. Hey, wait up! She bolts off towards the A through M section of the field, leaving me in the dust. Ben, I think I found it. She points a finger at a section of the field underneath the tree. Squinting slightly, I'm able to make out letters on a sign that faintly resembled Davenport. Nice. Can we stop running now? I thought you liked running. Well, sure. But not when I've only had a couple hours of sleep. Come on, it looks like there's already someone waiting. She begins to run towards the tree, but notices I'm only walking this time and slows her pace. Sorry. As soon as we have the time, I'm taking you out for a long run. You got it. The moment we step under the tree shade, the temperature drops significantly. I didn't really pay much attention to it, but it's starting to get warm. I hope we don't have to spend too much time out in the sun today. Hey there, this is Davenport, right? Karina approaches the somewhat chubby tiger leaning against the tree with folded arms. Yes, it is. Does that mean you're our mentor? The tiger shakes his head and frowns. No, I'm a new student here too. Ah, I see. She holds her hand out to him. I'm Karina. She signals me to come over by nodding her head. He steps away from the tree and returns the gesture, shaking her hand. I am Carlos. It is nice to meet you. And this is my friend Ben. I smirk at her. I can introduce myself, you know. You say that now, but you used to rely on me all the time to break the ice. I put my hand towards the tiger, just like Karina did. Salutations. My name is Ben Rivers. He hesitated for a moment, most likely deciding how to appropriately respond to that. Sorry, I'm not trying to be too formal, I swear. It is okay. I feel his large hand wrap around mine. My name is Carlos Delgado. It is a pleasure to meet you, sir. To my surprise, he responds as formally as possible, forcing me to look away as my face burns red. You are supposed to look in the eye when you do this, are you not? Right. Being lectured on proper etiquette by a guy I just met. I'm sure Dad would be proud of me. He nods his head forward while shaking my hand. Now that I'm looking directly at him, I'm able to see a distinct mark cutting below his right eye. Crap. Must have noticed me fixating on it. He suddenly lets go of my hand and returns to leaning on a tree. So, what do you plan on studying here, Carlos? Karina seems to pick up on this soured mood and interjects, probably trying to salvage the meeting. I take the cue to step away. I guess I'll keep an eye out for more students. What was I thinking? Of course he'd be self-conscious about a facial scar. I know I'd be if I were him. Great first impression, doofus. Doesn't help that I've had literally zero sleep. Thank you, my lovelies. I'd love to stay and talk more, but I have an audience waiting for me right over here. An incredibly flamboyant fox guy catches my eye, not far from where we're gathered. Call me later and we'll set something up, okay? The fox makes the most theatrical bow I've ever seen to the girl talking to him as he's walking over in our direction. Behind me, I'm vaguely aware of Karina, trying to maintain conversation with Carlos, but my attention is almost entirely on this strange character before me. Hey, you looking for Davenport? I wave at him, which seems to make him smile. I am indeed. That's great. You managed to find the right place. I gesture my hand towards the grass beside me. You should get under the tree's shade. It's getting really hot. That'd be lovely. I try to hold back a chuckle as the guy practically skips forward and plops himself down right next to me, facing the rest of the field. There's no reason to be standing, darling. We're going to be doing a lot of standing today, so you should take the weight off while you can. He pats next to him, inviting me to sit down too. I guess you've got a point. I decided to listen to him and sit down with one arm resting on a knee. My name's Nate. What's yours? I'm Ben. He looks over at me with the cutest grin. Nice to meet ya. Man, he really reminds me of... It's quite the gathering, isn't it? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I haven't been here long. What do you mean? Weren't you checked in yesterday like the rest of us? Scratch behind my ear and mumble under my breath. I'm actually pretty late. Just checked in about 30 minutes ago. That's too bad. That means you missed the freshman mixer last night. Me and a group of other drama students put together an impromptu performance. It was totally lit. You should have seen it. He makes a theatrical motion with his arms to emphasize his words. I had my flight delayed almost the whole day. It really screwed me over. Sorry to hear that. At least you're here now, right? Yeah. That means you'll be able to see our next little show tonight. Oh, is that what you were talking to that one girl about? Yeppers? You've got good hearing. Nah, you were, He looks at me in earnest, waiting for me to finish. You definitely stood out. It was hard not to listen in. I guess that means my stage voice is pretty strong. I take it you're studying something acting related. Indeed, I'm double majoring in English literature and performing arts. My eyes widen at that. Wow, that's impressive. What about you? Me? Hey! Stop hogging the new guy to yourself, Bennett. What? I look up at Karina, who's looming over me. I told you not to call. Before I have a chance to finish, Nate is already standing to greet her. Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore everyone else. That's not the way I work. My name's Nate. I'm Karina. It's nice to meet you. She holds out her hand to Nate, and he shakes it lightly. I merely sit with an annoyed smile while the two finish their introductions directly above my head. I scoot away and lift myself back onto my feet with a little help from the tree. I'll just let Karina do her thing. I stare out into the field with my arms crossed. From what I can see, it looks like most of the other groups have finished gathering. I even see some are starting to walk together down some of the paths. Jeez, Davenport, you're really leaving us hanging here. My ears perk up at the sound of somebody whistling up the road behind me. My. I wasn't expecting to see a few cute guys in my group, but I didn't expect it to be a sausage fest. Not that I have a problem with that. I turn around to face the new arrival. That's certainly one way to greet your students. I take it you're Davenport? The panda seems taken aback by that. No. You got it all wrong, man. I'm a freshman too. The name's Brian. I'm Ben. You're looking at Santa Lucia's next star quarterback. Ah, yes. Oh, really? I respond facetiously. My arms still crossed. I take a moment to examine the guy. I find my eyes are involuntarily widening. This guy's kinda... you checking out my guns, dude? He proceeds to flex forward, putting his arm muscles on full display. No, I was just checking to see if you were legit. Yeah. Smooth, Ben. You can check me out some more tonight if you know what I'm saying. My face instantly burns red at his insinuation. He leaves me stammering and pressed on further, meeting up with the rest of the orientation group. Hey there, you looking for Davenport? Yeah, I already know this is the right place. The cutie behind me already said so. Don't tell me you're gay too. Loud and proud, baby. I compose myself long enough to notice Carlos lean back further into the tree and roll his eyes. My name's Karina. Brian Liu, future star quarterback of USL Asteroids. Let me introduce you to my friend Nate here. Nate steps forward and puts a flirty hand behind his head. Hey, how's it going? Let me guess. You're a drama student. Wow, how'd you figure that out? I banged a few in high school. Excuse me? That, and I saw your performance last night. Great job, dude. You got a ton of potential. Brian offers a hand for Nate to shake. Thank you. The nervousness he was showing earlier seemed to instantly disappear. I always like meeting someone who enjoys my work. I'd like to enjoy more than just your work, if you know what I'm saying. Wine and dine me first, then we'll talk. Carlos pushes himself off from the tree and walks over to Brian with a stone-cold expression. The two spend a moment staring each other down. It doesn't last long in reality, but I can tell a lot is being said figuratively between them. I'm Carlos. Brian. A tense handshake is made between them before it's quickly cut off. I see you have a problem with me. You're wrong. Carlos's response is swift and curt. I get it then. I always like my big kitties hot and feisty. Grow up. He walks away and returns to the tree, leaving Brian standing with a silly grin. I'm not sure if there was a winner in that. At this point, we're among the only remaining groups in the field. Does this Davenport person even exist? I wonder what they're like. It's almost poetic. Fitting that the last guy to show up for orientation would be paired with a mentor the same way. I rub my forehead in embarrassment. Russell did warn me this was a waste of time. So, Karina walks up beside me and joins my stakeout. Any sign of our wayward mentor? Not in the slightest. I shrug my shoulders and frown. At least we have some decent shade here. Not a lot of other groups had that luxury. Sure, but they didn't have to wait for their mentors as long as we have. It all balances out, don't you see? The glass is definitely half full in that regard. Can't help but smile to myself. I'm vaguely aware that Nate and Brian have struck up a conversation behind me. So, what do you think about these guys? I think they're pretty chill. Sure, they may have the quirks, but so do we. She definitely got a point there. Can't believe we managed to get two gay guys in the same group. One of them is even a football player. That's super rare, dude. Yeah. I pull my collar a bit to air out my shirt. It's been years since we saw each other. A lot has changed since then. Honestly, I'm not sure how comfortable I'd be with her knowing I'm gay too. She'd probably call me out for attention seeking or something. It makes sense though, if you think about it. Gay people have gained a lot of acceptance this decade. Why hide it when there's no reason to? I can feel the cold sweat rolling down my scalp. I say that, and yet I'm cowering from the truth. In front of my best friend. Exactly. That's what I admire about openly gay guys. They're not afraid to just be themselves. What you see is what you get, you know? I guess. I disagree. Carlos joins us out of the blue and chimes in on our discussion. Just because you're open about it doesn't mean you are genuine. I do not believe being gay is a substitute for personality. Excuse me? That's really rude of you to say. You merely shrugs and stuffs his hand into his pockets. It is a person's actions that make them who they are, not... well... If I didn't know any better, I'd say the big tiger is trying to hold back a blush. She takes a deep breath and recomposes herself. Normally somebody talking like you would get an earful from me, but I think I know where you're coming from with this. Deep down, I agree that all that should matter is a person's actions and how they carry themselves. But you can't deny that gay people have had a history of oppression simply because of people they love, can you? The merit argument only goes as far as people are willing to look past someone's identity. I stand staring in awe at Karina as she debates with Carlos. I didn't expect her to have put this much thought into the topic. That's why I choose to hang around gay people when I can. I want to be part of the solution, not the problem. That is very notable of you. We need people like you around, but I know myself and the way I think. I prefer it when people let their actions speak for themselves. That, to me, is being genuine. The conversation dies down, leading to what feels like a respectful silence between the two. You think our mentor might be a no-show? I doubt it, actually. Just somebody who's fashionably late. A smirk crosses my face. Now all 5 of us are watching the field, growing more impatient by the minute. Man, who needs a mentor? Let's just head back to our rooms. I'm sure we'll be fine with this orientation crap. They took our keys, remember? Ugh, that's right. Orientation attendance is mandatory for all incoming students, as they say. A surprisingly aggressive way to make sure we stick around, don't you think? Wait, they took the keys to your dorms? Nate nods in affirmation. Yepers. A shame, too. If I knew I'd be waiting this long, I'd have brought one of my books. Hey! Who's that running into the field? Eh? My gaze follows Karina's outstretched finger. I see somebody dashing out from that hall I'm not going to try to pronounce, holding a bunch of papers. When they reach the center of the field, they start looking around frantically for something. Guys, I think we might have found our mentor. I step out from the shade and wave to the figure, barely managing to catch their attention. They immediately seem to relax with their tail wagging behind them as they start heading in our direction. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't mean to be so late. I was making sure everything was ready for the other groups. I noticed I forgot my name tag and... not pronouncing that. What a first impression. Chris? He immediately perks up when I call his name. Bennett? Oh, this is awesome. I didn't expect you to be one of my students. His tail sways quickly behind him. Bennett? Shut up. I elbow Brian in the side for teasing me. I'm doing everything out of order. I'm sorry. My name is Chris Davenport. I'm your mentor. He slips right past us and gets under the tree's shade, then bends over to place the stuff he's carrying near the trunk. Australian, eh? I'd like to try some of that sandwich, if you know what I'm saying. He winks at me and nudges my rib in return for earlier. Ow. Oh, you want to try an Aussie Senga? Senga? Senga, there we go. I'm gonna get so criticized for my terrible pronunciations and my terrible, wording. I'm not good with Australian stuff, guys. I'm sorry. Duh. That's not what I... Mr. Davenport, don't play along. What's going on? Oh, I get it! You're all playing a prank on me! This must be revenge for being late! Yeah, that's it. I give Brian a stink eye and whisper to him. Now's not the time, dude. I'm glad you made it, Mr. Davenport. Agreed. It's nice to finally put a face to the name. He seems to finish rustling through the papers he brought, turning around to face us. Please, no need to call me Mister. I'm your mentor, not your professor. You can call me Chris. He flips the front page of a packet he's holding and runs a finger down the next. Let me see here. I think it's time for us to get to know each other. We've been waiting for almost an hour. We've already introduced ourselves. Yeppers? Duh. Oh, this won't do. He starts flipping through the packet some more, clearly nervous. In that case, why don't I take attendance? Poor guy. I almost feel sorry for him. Almost. Alrighty. I apologize ahead of time, but let me know if I bugger up any of your names. I'm caught off guard by the shepherd's words. That must be an Australian saying, right? Carlos Delgado? Here. He steps forward and nods his head. Nice to meet you, Carlos. They swapped Harris to another mentor, so I'll just cross him out. Brian Liu. That's me. He winks at the shepherd and smiles. Something tells me he's trying to flirt with him. Nice to meet you, Brian. Which goes over Chris's head, as usual. Nathaniel Moretti? Please call me Nate. Righto, Nate. He scribbles something down on the page. Nice to meet you. Karina O'Connor? Hello, Chris. Hello, Karina? Patel dropped out. Ah! Bennett Rivers? Yeah, that's my name. Could you... This is so exciting! He looks up from his paper and smiles at us. That's all of you. Carlos, Brian, Nate, Karina, Bennett. I'm pretty good with names, so I'll have these down in no time. Whatever. It's no big deal anyways. Fold my arms and look out into the field. Okay, now that's out of our way. Let's do some icebreakers! Huzzah! He holds both arms in the air, a triumphant pose. Yeah. Are you serious? I'd say the ice has been more than broken by now. After you dropped it in molten lava. Don't act like you didn't enjoy it. Nah. Chris continues to flip through this packet. Icebreakers, icebreakers. Ah! There they are. Why don't we try to have a simple one before moving on to the big group one? Works for me. Thank you for volunteering, Bennett. What? You get to pick. But alright, everyone, go ahead and open your orientation packet and find the pink sheet. Damn it. Why does this always happen to me? You have a unique set of questions for this icebreaker. We're going to split up into pairs and trade off asking questions from these. After a few minutes, we'll rotate partners. Sound fun? Absolutely, I can't wait. Sure, I wouldn't mind getting to know these guys a bit better. I'm down for it. If it means we get started faster, let's do it. I feel the enthusiasm. This is gonna be great, guys. Get pumped! Whoa. Let out a weak cheer. At least they're not the ones who have to choose first. Okay, Bennett, so who do you want to partner up with? Hold on a sec, there's 5 of us. Won't one of us get left out? Not at all. He pulls out a pink sheet from his own packet. I've got a list of questions too. I'll pair up with whoever is left over. Look at my potential options. Ah! There we go. There's my ticket out of the situation. Karina, would you like to partner up with me? Nice try, Ben. We already know each other. You gotta play the game right, dude. Yeah, what she said. You can choose me. I won't bite. I hate being put on the spot like this. So who's it gonna be? Don't be so nonchalant about it, Chris. Not everybody is wired like you are. I feel like everybody's expected. I feel everyone's expected to gaze fall on me. I don't want to hold everything up, so I'm just gonna choose. What's the worst that can happen, right? Well, this is where I'm going to leave off for today. Thank you for tuning in to my reading of Santa Lucia. And anybody who's interested, you know what? Just for fun, I'm going to leave the options up to anybody who wants to comment. What do you think I should talk to? If nobody says anything, I'm gonna have to pick it. But I want to leave it up to whoever wants to vote, I guess. So I'm gonna leave it up to anybody who's watching. Let me know who I should talk to, and I will pick the most popular answer. So, with that said, this is the video, and goodbye, everybody, for now.